Dave, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. Our pleasure. It's always great to be here.
We're launching our new podcast, Distribution Unpacked, and of course, Avery is a key partner for us. What's new and exciting at Avery?
Well, like everybody else, we're trying to figure out where the industry's headed.
Sure.
I mean, that's first and foremost. So, we're seeing a lot of changes. We're seeing differences in the way people are going to market. We're seeing differences in the way consumers are looking for product, how they're learning about product. We're also discovering that there's a lot of new markets out there. So, for example, we've noticed that, I guess to back up a little bit. So it's actually our 90th anniversary. So we're rebranding our labels. As a result of that, you're going to see a lot of more communication out towards the end user.
Okay.
You're going to start to see us expand into areas we've never looked at before, such as small business, medium-sized businesses. What we've learned from our research over the last few years, that equates to almost a 60 million person workplace now.
Wow.
So that's a pretty sizable target to go after.
Sure.
So you're going to see a lot of things like that. Obviously, Avery's still going to be Avery, as everyone knows. So you're going to see the staples there, but you're going to start to see a different look, and you're going to start to see us expand our reach a little bit.
So wait, I heard a rebrand. Are we redoing the logo and a look and feel?
It's minimal.
Okay.
It's really more about how we're going to communicate than anything like that. So the logo and things like that will be, but what you'll see is a much more approachable look, a little bit less commercial, a little bit more softer look, I guess.
I think that's exciting.
Yeah, it should be.
That'll be fun. A big change for a legacy company.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
So we're looking forward.
What are some trends you're seeing right now?
We just talked a little bit about kind of the shift in business.
Yep.
Obviously, everybody knows in the industry, there's a shift in the marketplace.
Yeah.
We know e-com continues to not just be a part of it, but it's also a big part of it. So obviously, we're looking at that. We're trying to understand how do we balance supporting that, but also supporting that core base, the IDC members. That's the backbone of what we do. Mm-hmm. So it's that balancing act for us.
That's super exciting. So one of the things we're looking at as an organization is vertical markets, and how do we attack that a little bit differently? How do we support our shared customers better? And so we're looking at it through kind of four verticals, if you will. I think the state and local education, state and local government education, higher ed, K-12, kind of one. Healthcare, both acute, non-acute, med-surg, kind of that vertical, second vertical. Federal government, that's its own beast of itself and selling into and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, we call it enterprise. So think of your Class A, your legal, your offices, your professional space, your CPAs and stuff like that. Avery plays in all those. Let's be very candid. Everyone needs a label. Everyone needs stuff like that.
We hope so.
Well, yeah. Where do you guys see a big focus for you guys into the new year?
Yeah, so I think for the new focus for the year, you're going to see us come out. We started into the verticals a couple of years ago and really honing.
You guys have been a leader in that.
Thank you. So we're going to continue to expand on that.
Okay.
You're going to see education be a big part of that.
Fun.
You're going to see food service, which is, even though it's not in the categories you talked about.
No, that's fair.
You'll see that to be a big focus for us. We're getting consumer feedback that says, there's a need for that. So you'll see that. Obviously, the government piece, it's a little more stable, but, we've got a lot of products that play in that category, so you'll see that. And then healthcare is going to be the other big one for us. And to support all of those, we're developing individual marketing pieces that specifically talk not only to what that looks like and how we play in it, but to arm, customers, your customers, our customers, how to go out and sell to that channel. So I think that's probably what you'll be seeing. Well, I know you're going to be seeing it from us. So I think that'll do it.
I'm excited to hear a little more about food service. Not today, but just when you guys are ready to launch it. That sounds like an opportunity. I mean, you have to label things, obviously, so it has to make sense.
Yeah.
One of the big things we're focusing on at SP is around this whole idea of simplifying complexity. It's a new feel for us, kind of a new tagline we'll be launching throughout the year and stuff. And we talk about simplifying complexity from the idea of how do we make things easier? How do we make the experience better for our customers? Kind of removing that friction, if you will. And so what I would ask you is, what are ways that our customers can experience your brand in a different way to help simplify the experience to get your solutions into the hands of their end users?
Yeah. So for us, we've done a lot of things. As we've talked about, with your portal, we're an early adopter of that.
Yes, you guys have been.
Everything that we have
For sure.
goes up there, if not the first, one of the very first.
Yep.
So I would definitely encourage people to go there. Anything, you're going to find the latest, the greatest, all the new, the hot stuff there. But then also, don't be afraid to go out into that social media world. We do a lot of work on a lot of different social media platforms. We have all of the videos available. We have influencers. We have everything that you could ever want. And it's all an asset that can be used to further that message.
Downstream, yeah. That's awesome. David, thank you so much.
Of course,
We're
my
thrilled to
pleasure.
have you here, and
Great to be here.
Thanks for taking the time.
Anytime.
Awesome.
Sounds good.